Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Friday morning trading room. So the market's just opening up. And it looks like, yesterday the market was pretty much in a downtrend through most of the day. We did see a couple little upticks. But the market falling off, kind of settling here through the Asian and European session, opening with a slight upward bias. I think we need to give them a few minutes, though. Well, another sideways kind of day here. We're not really doing much. There's a little bit of a signal there out of the gate. The Falcon has produced a trend change signal. The Raptor here is working the cloud crossover signal. Actually, I guess technically it occurred right here according to the Raptor programming, but I usually like to see the clouds expanding a little bit, and we're getting some warning dots on the pullback. What time is it? We're not even 5 minutes into the day yet, so it's still very, very early. Geiger counter flip-flopping here a little. And we're actually producing a counter-trend signal. We're rather late on this one because the hard edge, technically, our profit objective, might be the kind of day where we're just waiting for a little while. So what I'm anticipating is perhaps a hard edge bounce here on the Raptor. You can see here on the Hawk, we're producing a red bar buy signal. The trend overall non-existent. A lot of yellow bars clustering in more or less the same area. You do have a chance at a second push on this one if you wanted to try this red bar buy. You probably need to cover near the bottom end of the trading range. The red bar buy, of course, you can always wait for a better signal to develop. And now we're actually starting to work a first micro-macro cross lower. So things, the Hawk and the Falcon both looking bearish, and the Raptor and Eagle slightly bullish. So I guess we're just waiting for a little while. right, so if you want to go with trend or short-term trend, you now have a completed first micro-macro cross lower. You could take it on a second push, take it here below the lows, cover above the highs. I don't know what kind of follow-through we're going to see here, but I don't think it's a trade, any trade that we want to rush into. All right, so I'm going to try to run it out on the off chance that we're going to get some early momentum here this morning. The challenge is going to be these lows right here, the overnight lows. We're likely to see a little bit of a reaction around there. Getting a little bit of a pushback now, probably because of the lows here. And, you know, in hindsight, again, the market's sideways. I ought to just take my profit when I have it. Come on, make one more run at the lows here, and then I can do something with my stops. Come on. All right, I'm going to roll my stop just above the highs here. And hopefully this will not be too soon. There's always the danger when you roll your stop in aggressively like this that the market is not finished bouncing around yet. Hi, Elmer. Um, Elmer sent me an email just recently about the mini DAX. No, I haven't mentioned anything about the mini DAX. I replied to your email just before I started the room, but I'm not that familiar with it. I will check it out and give you my thoughts on it. I'm trying so hard to be patient with this trade. All right, I'm going to take it to break even. There, that's all they get. You see, we keep coming down at these lows, and I'm afraid that this is just going to turn into a triple bottom, because the last time prices got down here, they shot up to here, and then they moved up to here. The reactions right now, not as strong, but there are still reactions. I'm not getting any follow through. Yet anyway. That's not to say we're not going to get some follow through. Rather, right now we're not getting a lot of follow through. And you can see now we're starting to drift a little bit higher. So probably a pretty good call to take that one at break even. Or at least that's how it's looking right now. Okay, the eagle actually giving a hard edge bounce now. Falcon working on a possible trend change. The Hawk giving us a green bar sell that you could buy the failure. So if you were looking to take advantage of this counter trend move, you would set it up something like this. And if the market retreats here a little bit, I'll try to set this up so that I have a runner in play, because it looks like I can afford a couple of contracts on this one. All right, here we go. So we'll see now what kind of follow through we get on this failure of the green bar sell. Price is not really looking like they want to head lower, so we'll see whether or not we get any movement to the upside. I think I'll delete my break even button. Come on. This now a first micro macro cross higher. And technically, the first micro-macro cross lower did find its profit objective, even though I was trying to run it out. Okay, got the profit target. It looks like my auto break even, whatever, did not disengage, but that's okay. Time to roll the stops anyhow. Come on. Oh, don't look back just yet. This is the luxury, of course, of trading multiple contracts, is that you can try to run out part of your position. Darn it. Okay, well, at least it wasn't a total stop out at break even. Got a little bit back on that one by capturing that early profit. It's almost, well, the market's obviously still very sideways. They're trying to get a little bit bullish here. The lows are holding. Here on the Raptor, we're working another possible cloud crossover signal. So if the market retreats, you can see we're already producing a warning dot. We might get a little bit of a pullback. And perhaps the market bouncing now off the hard edge, coming out and producing that number one signal. So that's what I'm on the lookout for. Oh, thanks, Ken. Ken says it's quadruple witching day today, quad witching day. And what that refers to is the expiration date that occurs when the stocks, the stock index options, the stock options, single stock futures, regular futures, they're all expiring. The options are expiring today. Sometimes it can make the market act a little funny. Let's see if we get the we're back into the cloud. Let's see if we produce that buy signal now. That number one signal. The safer entry would be above this high right here. I think 59.74.75 was a significant number from yesterday. I think that was near yesterday's lows, actually. And that could account for the hesitation. You can see the opening range here, where again we're trading right in the middle. I don't like trading in the middle of opening range, but here we are. There, and there it is. So I'm just going to buy in with an order. We could have a little bit of room here to move. Oh, do I dare? Do I dare delete my break even and profit objective again? Oh, I think I got slipped a tick. Stickers. Okay, I'm going to try to push my profit target to the next resistance range, which is up here at 59.90. Won't be greedy. We'll go 59.89 and a quarter. Just bear in mind that if this bar completes, there we go, we would have hit our high probability profit target. Stops currently at break even. I'm still looking for that elusive little breakout move. And I'm hoping that this might be it. Come on, don't stall now. No! Darn it! Okay, I promise if I get another signal, I will take my profit on target. Doggone it. That's twice now. I took a break-even stop out when I could have had my high probability profit target. Oh well. We're getting a macro pullback now here in the hawk. Normally within a trend we only see a couple of macro pullbacks. This one got spoiled by the yellow bars and it didn't qualify as a 4-arrow consolidation. Okay, this macro pullback, I don't know if it quite got to its profit objective yet or not. No, it's just kind of dangling there. There we go. We would have hit the break-even trigger, and one more tick. I'll just kiss the profit target. The market's trying to be bullish, but there's no follow-through. Not yet, anyway. Getting a possible late filter entry signal here on the Falcon. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we're going to get a little bit of sideways consolidation here on the Raptor. I would like to see a double pullback. This is pullback number one. I'd like to see another, well, I suppose this would qualify, but another attempt to move the market lower, and then the Raptor to come out with another buy signal. That one might be worth trying. The reason is that if the market makes two attempts to head lower, it's probably, and it doesn't head lower, it's probably going to fail and head higher instead. Okay, well, not as deep a pullback as I would have liked, but it looks like this is all we're going to get in regards to a double pullback. I'm anticipating the signal to print here. This is very aggressive on my part. And it may turn around to bite me. Okay, not yet. See, ideally, if we bounce off of the hard edge, there's no more room for the market to retrace. And technically, we're also set up for a possible counter trend, aren't we? We've seen the test of the extreme. There's a very small uptrend. Yeah, everything's a bit of a mess right now. All right, so the Raptor again attempting the double pullback slash hard edge bounce, even though technically we're a tick or two short. The signal's going to continue to print here right at the high of the morning, or the high of opening range anyway. Almost forgot to submit my order. And I'm in this trade a little bit earlier than anticipated. I was anticipating the triangle hash mark to print. I only have the warning dots, however. So my bad, a little bit quick on the draw. Come on. So technically the second signal developed up here, but I think what I'll do is, since we're bouncing off the primary high, I'll roll my stop there. If the market hits the primary again, I'll take my break even. Come on. Here, we'll give it a little nudge. Just get up over that hurdle. Okay, so we're up to break even. We're still working in slow motion here, but I'm pretty confident we're going to hit our profit objective on this one. Come on. Ah. And that's how it's going today. I was holding my breath. I thought for sure they were going to make a run up, but they did not. All right, so here we are, just waiting some more. Well, we're kind of still in a slow grind. What I would wait for is I would wait for a little bit of a pullback again. Maybe a macro pullback here in the hawk. We do have a trend line touch here in the falcon, but we're buying at the high of the day, which is always a little bit tricky. And here they come, a little bit of a slightly downward bias. I feel like we're stuck in mud here. Everything is just moving so slowly. It's crazy. Well, not much to talk about, really. The market stuck. We'll stay with it for a little while longer, but I'm not anticipating things to loosen up any. Yeah, we're just stuck. Like I said, we'll stay with it for a little longer, but I don't anticipate much to go on here today. Oh, okay. Well, here's another little push higher. So I suppose I was a little too quick with my stop here on this second push signal. Got tagged on that little bit of a reverse. And a nice little run up, so kind of confirming that this earlier number one signal way back here, and you can see in hindsight, had I been a little slower with my stops, no, I wouldn't have rode out the swing there. Let's see if I had done a wider stop. Well, I could still be in this trade had I run a more conservative stop, maybe like a larger ATR. Certainly a chandelier strategy would be liberal enough to allow me to ride out this swing. All right, well, we'll put that on the shelf for now. Wow, the bull's getting some very nice follow through there now. Well, now I'm very saddened that I got stopped prematurely. Did manage a couple of scalps, but that's all I got today. And here was that move that I was trying to take advantage of, but it didn't work out. We are setting up for a possible counter trend move. I wouldn't get too carried away with it. You can see we just had that big bulk of buying go through here. Counter trend trades always difficult to time. Ideally, the best ones work out after a trend line break. Let's see if I can find you an example since we don't have much going on. So let's say we looked at a trend line here. We actually produced the counter trend signal down here, but if you weren't sure about it, you could wait for the counter trend break, or pardon me, the trend break and then the counter trend signal. Note this one right here. It did not print as a number 2 because it's too far removed from the original swing low. But it is still the same thing. It is still a test of the extreme, a failure, and a sign that the market may be heading higher. That's what makes this signal a little bit easier to take, the fact that we've already broken a downtrend line. And you can see we had some decent follow through from there. So if you're trying to improve your counter trend trading, just shoot a simple trend line across there and make sure that the market can break the trend line before you get too serious about the counter trend. give me that opportunity or not? No. And you can see again why counter trend trades are so tricky to do. So the trend obviously up. You could just buy in and hold on. Looks like we're going to challenge yesterday's highs, but I think I've had enough fun for one day. So we're going to button up the room here a little bit early. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Talk to you then. Bye for now.